Hi, and welcome to A Father's Note. It is amazing when a son is able to sit down and have conversation with his father. And in this video, that is what we do. My father and I would discuss his relationship with his father, as well as our relationship growing up through the years. He shares a lot of great wisdom that I hope will bless you just as much as it blessed me. It would inspire you to have that relationship, that conversation with your father. We hope that you enjoy. Lionel Nelson here, and welcome to A Father's Note, promoting fathers through building men. It's so important that we always stand up for our fathers. We want you to know we're with you. We're standing behind you 110%. Hey, but you know, we've been doing this this show for a little while here, and I'm certainly just grateful to God for the opportunity. And as we stated, many of you know, many of our viewers know that we do it to promote fathers. Amen. And for so many times that during so many of our broadcasts, I'm sure you have heard me talk about my father and things that I've learned from him and things that we as father and son that we have went through and experienced. But I tell you, this is a blessing just to have him sitting right next to me here on tonight. But let's get into the questions. Are you ready for it, Pops?
As far as I know.
Okay. So listen, since we promote fathers here and we like to just acknowledge a lot of our fathers, knowledge and the reason being because, you know, we all go through so many things. We have different experiences, but they're yet all the same. Yeah. So, and of course, you had a father. You grew up with your father. Can you describe to us or to the audience what your father, the type of father you had in one word?
My type of father, he did not play no radio.
You didn't play the radio, Dad?
No.
No?
It was what he said was.
Whatever you say, it went, huh?
It went.
I think that's kind of how you got that from, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: give us an example, if you can, of one of those times that. What would be your memorable moment with your dad?
One of my memorable moments with my dad when I didn't do what he said when he loosed the belt on me.
Okay.
And now, if I may say, this need to come back to help some of these young men get in place where they need to go.
Well, I'm gonna have to agree with you, Pops, on that. I absolutely agree with you. Yeah. So what was your relationship like growing up with him, though?
Well, it was real good.
Okay.
And we was on the farm. And we had our chores to do, as we say. You either do your chores or you get laced if you didn't. And I did not like to be laced.
Yeah. You know, I'm sitting here while you're talking, and I'm thinking about some of the memorable moments when I got laced by Grandpa. Yeah, it wasn't too good, y'all. Yeah. So anyway, being the eldest of 6 children, did your parents place a special accountability on you for the rest of them, or were all the siblings accountable for themselves?
That's right. Father or mother left what we were supposed to do in our chores, and we need to do it. We should do it.
Right.
And we had to kind of like coach them into it, even though sometimes they didn't do it, but I'm glad I didn't get the lacing for it. They the one got the lacing.
So did you at times, would you have did the work for them just to make sure they didn't get laced? I like that word, y'all. We got a new word, y'all. Lace.
I can't do it, but I remember a time. One of the things, if I could say, we had to walk to school.
Right.
And looked like Father knew what time we were supposed to be there.
Right.
By no watch or whatever. And there was one evening my dad was walking up, and we know that up the cone road. You know what a cone is,
right.
corn was higher than we were, and Dad was in the cornfield. And my sister used to love to drag along the road, play around along the road. And I told Daddy. And Daddy said, "That's all right, I got it."
Oh, Lord.
And I told my sister, I said, "Listen, we better come on. Daddy gonna get us."
Right.
And all of a sudden, Daddy stepped out that corn row, and I used that, what he call a belt. He used that belt, and I tell you, he had a thing going on. Me and all of my brothers, my sister beat us home that particular day. And I tell you, from then on, we had no problem with sister.
She had a little persuasion, huh?
The persuasion helped me also to stay out of the way in case I got a little careless. But I thank God for my dad.
Right. So let me ask you something. You know, with a lot of things, conversations that's going on today, my question to you, especially with black, white, race, what have you, how can you describe how challenging was it for you growing up in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s as a black man?
Well, truly with me, if I could say it and mean it well, with our father and the family growing up around us in my territory,
right,
there were some things that we had no problem with.
Right.
Because Daddy set the example, and the other family members back it up.
Right. So now I don't mean to cut your thought, or your train of thought, because I think we need to make it clear that you all grew up in the country, right?
That's right.
In South Carolina.
That's right.
And where that there you can see a lot of that type of things was going on. But,
that's right.
But if I'm interpreting what you're saying, your father, he set the tone as how it was going to be concerning his family.
That's right. The father set the tone. Daddy set the tone.
He set the tone. He didn't play the radio. Huh?
He didn't play the radio. It was for real.
So it didn't matter what color of your skin, huh?
No, color of the skin didn't matter.
Didn't matter at all, huh?
No.
So, but you didn't have no issues concerning it based on what your father had instilled in you and you saw your father did. You didn't have no issues growing up in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and 70s as a black man.
No, not like a black man. Because we had our own plantation.
Okay.
And we
So you're saying you grew up on a plantation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which my dad and father, brothers and sisters owned.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't owned by the black man. I mean by the white man.
So the black man owned it, huh?
Black man owned it.
Okay. Family
owned it. You got it right. You can help me out. I need help because at my young age now.
Okay. All right. So I guess you could say that even during that time, based on your history, that even blacks or black families own plantations.
Right.
Okay. I just want to put that out there, people. Y'all hear that now? I just want to put that out there. Okay. So you left home early as a young man. So you got married. You moved to Miami, Florida.
Right.
Okay, and you have your first child. And it's a boy. It's a son, all right? A man child, all right? So what was your thoughts? What was going through your thoughts? What was your experience like?
I felt like I had become a man.
Wow, okay.
Right. I had me a boy child.
You had your boy child. Hey, y'all, that would be me, y'all. I was the first one, y'all. I was the first one. Yes, sir.
I just make sure you know it.
So you really felt that responsibility of a man. That really did change you and really brought you focused into what you needed to do.
Right.
Your responsibility.
Right. And one of the things that kind of, I believe, had me to had a little roughness in you with what Daddy put on me.
It was tight. But you know, at the end of the day, when I look back and I reflect back, you know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to God because it kept me out the streets, you know, and even with you, and in addition to you, you know, the Lord, he allowed other men such as you who had that same belief and caliber, what have you, to really help steer me in the right direction. You know, back then there was the such thing as the phrase where it says that a village raised a child, takes a village to raise a child, and it didn't mind. You know, so there was always a responsibility in the neighborhood, but it's not that way right now. But I can tell you right now, we need to go back to that. We definitely need to go back to that.
And let me say this concerning village, neighborhood, to the community.
Right.
When I was coming up, if mom and dad had to whip you, I mean, if mom and dad get the message, let me put it this way, that they had to whip you from another person.
Right.
By another person. You get another whipping.
Right. So and if they heard that someone else had to get on your hiney, they got on your hiney too, huh?
That's right. That's right.
And the reason being is because you should know how to act when you're out there.
That's right.
It's 1974. Okay. Now, my most memorable moments of spending time with you were the times when we went fishing, and especially when you owned a 1957 Chevy Bel Air two-door hardtop. I mean, black, most sweetest car ever. And you know, those are the times that I remember my most memorable moments spending with you. What would you say is your memorable moments with me as a son, father to son?
One of the most memorable moments that I had was me working on my car. You out there helping me and picking up the tools.
Yes, sir.
Helping with the tools.
Yes, sir.
And I look at you, I said, one day, even though you didn't went into that category, I said, one
as
day,
a mechanic.
You're gonna be a mechanic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I would say to all of the fathers that are out there, you need to step up in line and be a father so that your children can have a foundation to walk out on. If the sons don't get that, they're gonna lose out on some things in this world.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna miss it.
Yes, sir.
I remember working with a young man. He was saying that his father didn't give him a t-shirt. Everything his mother had to do for him. And that made me feel kind of bad. But I can say to you and all of your brothers that I wished I had something a little better, but I only had what God gave me to give you.
Well, you gave us enough.
Yeah, well, I thank God for that. And I want to say to maybe your brothers that are listening that I love you. Some fathers want to be Superman.
Okay, talk to us. Talk to us. Talk to us. Break that down for the audience.
Break it down for the audience?
Yes, sir.
You are not Superman. You are, excuse me. You are a human being.
Yes, sir.
And you are subject to failure.
Come on. Wow.
My God.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that, y'all?
You're subject to failure.
Yes, sir.
And I want to say to especially the men, you need to take your son by the hand. You need to keep him in place at all times. Oh, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Oh, we need to get out of here.
Nah, you talking. You talking. Tell them what they need to know, Bishop. Tell them what they need to know.
Yeah. Fathers have respect for their son. A lot of the things that they do, they wouldn't do.
So it's a two-way street. Go both ways.
Both ways. Both ways.
But the father has to set the tone, though.
What you say? Did you say that?
Yes, sir. I sure did.
Father,
we had to be a living example, basically.
Yes, sir. Father had to set the tone.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't do what I thought I should do, but and if you talk to your brothers now, they would tell you that I set the tone.
You did, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, it wasn't always comfortable, but it was sure to definitely set, though. So now post 1974, I have no shame in saying this because it's the absolute truth. I began to rebel, okay? And our relationship as father and son had begun to deteriorate. So in your words, what was that experience like for you as a father having to deal with a son in whom you had different odds with?
Can I tell you how it made me feel?
Talk to us. That's the whole purpose.
Feel like biting on a nail.
Wow.
You know what a nail is, right?
Yes, sir.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It was hard, but because of the power of God,
yes, sir,
I had to endure it.
Wow.
I had to go through it.
But let me ask you this, that Pops. When you reflect back, was there ever a time, excuse me, that you had wished, as far as our father-son relationship, that you had wished you had done something differently?
Right. And I don't want to go into details right now.
Right. It's okay.
But
fine.
Coming up along with, especially me and you, there was some things that I wish I had did differently.
Right.
And I don't want to talk about you right now because I might go to crying.
Hey, one thing about that, I'm sure the viewers on this show know, it is okay for a man to cry.
All right.
As long as you're in touch with your emotions and you're not allowing your emotions to get the betterment of you.
Run away.
Yes, sir.
Don't let them run away.
Don't let them run away. I like that. I'm out to borrow that one. Don't let your emotions run away.
Yeah, help yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But
what would you have done differently, if you can, if there's something you could share?
Well, my relationship with you, I wish it had been closer.
Wow.
Other than that, all is well. But listen what I did, son.
Okay.
I stood still and waited on God.
Yes, sir.
And as being a father, never get within your mind that it's all about you.
Oh, you dropping nuggets now, Pops. You dropping nuggets.
It's not all about you, but it's about God and what God has commissioned and commanded you to do.
Yes, sir.
And this, Lord have mercy.
And that's where a lot of men have lost it at, because they begin to think that it's about them.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking about looking at the full picture of, decisions that, number one, you need to make sure, well, I don't want to elaborate too long, but you need to make sure that you get with the right one.
That's right.
Point blank. But
that's right.
Anyway, let's move on, Pops. Let's move on. You said so much that you've already kind of said a lot of things, but if you had one ultimate thing to say to fathers out there, whether or not they're with their family, not with their family, speak. How about take a few minutes just to speak to the men that may be watching this show right now, and to the mothers and to the wives, because they need to hear some wholesome wisdom as well that can help them in whatever area that their husband or father, what have you, may be feeling a little short in or not up to par. What would you have to say to them?
Fathers.
To the fathers.
To the fathers. Fathers, I got to say this to you because me and my wife get along good, because I learned this. It's not all about me. It's about, I would say, the whole saucer. What's in the plate? You need to get involved with the whole thing. See, a lot of even fathers and mothers don't want to get involved in the whole plate.
Okay. Wow, that's a new wisdom right there. That's a new one. Get involved in the whole plate.
Yeah.
You know, y'all gonna hear that again, y'all. You will hear that again. Yes, sir.
God for it. And I thank God see, God brought me up.
Yes, sir.
I had some learning from my fathers and whatever, but the main thing that really kept me and talks to me, God will talk to you if you let it.
Yes, sir.
Is following the word of God.
Got to get in the word.
Got to get in the word. And I want to say to you, fathers, if you're not there, get in the word and stay there.